I am here with Doublelift, the AD carry for Team Liquid. Peter, how was the game and series versus PvP? Because it looked like they were giving you and Core a little bit of a hard time in bot lane at first.
In game one, actually the whole series, we just got hard camped. Their team was good. I didn't really know what was going on top side, but there was just a lot of fighting everywhere. And I don't know, I just expected them to play more around solo laners, I guess. So I didn't respect the jungle gank as much. And then Core was also not respecting the jungle gank, so we were just like dying a lot. But luckily we never really ever got outplayed 2v2. We just ended up outplaying their bot lane at some point in the game and then took control of the game and then kind of won from there.
What did he think about them focusing him in bans and picking bans for all 3 games?
Core is always really confident, so I don't think, like, he never feels like he's trapped to play a certain champion. Like, even if we haven't practiced it, I think Core's the kind of guy who's just like, yeah, I can play pretty much everything, and then we all like kind of trust him that he can do it.
And then what did you think about Impact? Because Impact had quite a few plays in top lane. I think he was like 1v3 with Gangplank, and then Saros was basically like the enemy of PvP, and I mean, it looks like he did a good job handling him.
Yeah, no, I think Impact's really good at absorbing pressure, and there's like obviously the really big moment where the whole team went to dive him top, and then he survived and like baited them long enough for us to clean up the fight. And I think like moments like that is when Impact, I think he shines the most, because he might not like snowball his matchup to the absolute limit, but when the enemy team tries to make a play on him, he's usually like really, really good. Like, he's really clever with the way he plays, and he's really mechanically clutch. So, I mean, Impact's just good. There's a couple moments in the series where he was really like running it down. One of them was when he accidentally flashed in when he meant to press R, and like when he did that, he's like, oh shit, wrong button. And then we just all died, but you know, I think the good moments definitely shine through more. So
was the Impact flash, was that the Sona ult on Sylas?
It was either the Sona or Varus ult. Yeah, it was that game though. It was definitely that game. Yeah, he like flashed in under tower when he didn't mean to, and then we were all like, I guess we're going, but Impact was like, oh no, that was not it.
Whoops. So one thing, you guys did take the series 3-0 against Phong Vu. What did you think about playing the home team in basically their home environment? Because I know that there were a lot of fans who were cheering specifically for Phong Vu just because they were Vietnam zone.
We actually had like an army of 2 fans who were like ridiculously exuberant, as like just screaming, let's go Liquid, and like always trying to start up they're just like a 2-man army. But the rest of them, yeah, was like Phong Vu fans, and I did feel a bit bad because I'm like getting interviewed after the matches and like even before the matches by Vietnamese people like who work with the VCS teams and like are fans or, you know, like production staff or something for Viet Pro players, and like it's a bit weird to say like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna, like, I feel like we're really gonna smash your team, or like, oh, this is why we won, or like, this is how good it feels after we beat your team, because I'm not sure, but it feels like most people are probably fans of their own regional league team. So yeah, that felt a little bit strange, but you know, I'm really happy to win, and I think everyone was pretty graceful about it, so it was good.
And speaking of kind of fans, a lot of NA fans aren't quite sure how they feel after your series, it looked like, kind of on Twitter and social media, because I think we were all expecting the 3-0 and the 3-0 came out and happened. But we were kind of wondering, like, was it gonna be a stomp? And there were parts of the game, especially I think in the first game, where we were like, okay, they just got aced. What's going on here? So what was it like for you?
Personally, I feel like we didn't play great. It was a pretty, I'd say like either average or below average series from us. We weren't playing well, but I think that like the way the fans in general, I think, especially on like Reddit and Twitter and stuff, the way that they perceive our team, it's pretty unfair, because I don't really know what they really want. The goalpost seems like really unobtainable. Like, you know, we 3-0'd, but like, were we supposed to just like absolutely stomp like completely cleanly? And like, how does that work? Like, do we play like slow and play to like outscale and just like choke them out? Because then I feel like people would be like, yeah, they're 3-0'd, but they're so passive. Like, that's never gonna work. So I think like no matter what we do, the idea is that like, because we're an NA team, or maybe because we're Team Liquid, like nothing that we do will ever work against a better team. And so I don't really know what to do about that other than to beat a better team. like beat the best teams, IG, SKT, G2, and then hopefully people's minds will change.
Well, let's forget about play-ins because you guys are moving into groups and you're gonna start to take on SKT, IG. I think Flash Wolves just qualified last night with you guys, and then the third play-in winner. Oh yeah, and G2. Which of those teams are you more excited to play against, or who do you think is gonna be the biggest challenge?
Well, the biggest challenge is probably SKT and IG. They're the best teams, and they both look really dominant. A lot of the plays that they make are pretty much picture perfect, like they can't really be too much improved upon. G2 is also really, really strong. I'm not sure if I would put them at the same level as SKT and IG just because they haven't really proven themselves, and same with us. But to me, like us and G2 are kind of question marks in terms of how strong we are. Like we could be much better than Korea and China, or we could be, you know, much worse. We just don't know yet. And then I think Flash Wolves and whichever wildcard region makes it in, they're gonna be good, but not incredible. That's just what I think. Like last time we went to MSI, it was sort of the case, but like instead it was like, we were just like one tiebreaker away from making it out, which really sucked. But I don't know, I guess MSI, anything can happen. I would just say every team is good, but SKT and IG are definitely the favorites.
But Jensen promised that he would get you out of group stage. So what are your own personal predictions for yourself and for the team for MSI?
Well, my personal prediction is that we're gonna win. I don't know. I'm really confident in my own play right now. I think I'm playing really well. I'm in like not pretty good. I'm in really, really good shape. Jensen is also a really, really good player, and I think he can carry us out of groups, but I would like to carry myself out of groups. So yeah, everyone on the team feels like a pretty strong player right now. And as far as our teamwork goes, I'd say it's not too shabby. We've been working on a lot of things throughout the whole year, and I think they're kind of finally coming together towards the end.
So I want to try a couple like faster and a little bit memeier questions because that's kind of like the angle that we've been going for. Did you watch our first episode?
No, I didn't, sorry.
You suck.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. All right, in 3 words, describe LEC's representative G2.
Cocky, cheesy, and dive-y.
I like that. I like that. All right, and then 3 words, same thing for SKT.
Oh shit. That's 2 words. Oh shit and Faker.
What is your date with Faker going to be like?
Ooh, I guess I'll have to solo kill him on our date. You know, he actually said something. He like declined. Core showed me an interview where Faker said, "Oh, sorry, we're not gonna go on a date." Like in response to what I said, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like you called me out, and then like I was trying to take it to the next level, and then you stopped me there. It's pretty fucked up.
That's harsh. Okay, so after you beat him in SKT, when you go through the handshake line, you just have to like handshake him a rose or something and just be like, for you.
Or I could just stiff him hard. So like put my hand down.
Like, just like play it cool?
Yeah.
That's BM.
Either works.
That's BM. All right, well, give me 3 words on the last year's world champions IG.
Shit, I mean, best top, best mid, supposedly, and bad bot lane. That was like 8 words.
Who has the good bot lane in groups? Besides you guys, of course.
I think SKT has a good bot lane, actually.
SKT is
really good, yeah.
What do you think about G2's bot lane / mid lane?
Bot lane, I don't know what GT's bot lane, better than you'd think, but still not that good. And mid, I don't know. Caps is just, he's 10-0 or 0-10 every game. Guaranteed.
Jesus.